let's just cut to the chase here. We started this podcast because for a long time, we both have known, I think, that we wanted to do something. We wanted to create something. I love creating things. And my YouTube channel as a child just didn't work out.
You have a YouTube channel?
I'm not telling anyone about it. I'm not even giving you. Nope. That is.
Probably
I don't know the
password
to. I don't know the password to delete it.
Okay, but you know what? I told everybody that I have a rap video out there, actually 3, so...
Yeah, but you didn't give any information for anyone to find it.
So I don't remember the name. I know that Ghetto Booty was involved, but...
The what?
It's called, like, Ghetto Booty.
The song.
No, not the song. Like, that's the title of it.
Oh, help.
Anyways, that was in my journey to get here,
Jeez,
where I am today.
But we just both love talking, storytelling, giving advice, even if it's not great advice, helping people learn from our mistakes, all that stuff. So we were like, you know what? Let's actually fucking just start. That's the biggest thing. It's just I think. So we said one day, we're just going to start it. If it's shitty, it's shitty. If it's good, it's good. We're just going to start. That's the hardest part.
Honestly.
Is starting it.
Because you're so nervous and you're like, oh, what if people don't like it? Oh, what if I sound dumb? Oh, this, oh, that. But those, are limiting beliefs. Those are fears. And you just...
It's yourself saying it.
Yeah.
It's you.
It's not like there's some horrible bully kid that's like, hey, you shit. You're shit. Fuck
you
off.
Shit. You shit.
But no, that's you. That's your own, like, limiting beliefs, like, latched on your back. Like, fuck you. You won't amount to anything. But you will. You just need to throw those limiting beliefs out the window and continue on with your life, because you can do whatever you want to do.
Walk up to a 10-foot floor building and just throw them off, because they're heavy and it's so restricting, right?
It is.
Like, I lived my whole life not saying what I wanted to say or do or post things I wanted to post because I didn't want people to judge me or say anything.
Yeah, but
who gives a fuck?
Exactly. And, like, do what makes you happy, because you'll be the most successful in your life as long as you're doing what makes you happy. Your whole life success stems from inner happiness.
It's crazy. And when you finally figure that out, it doesn't matter. Like, Morgan and I haven't made a cent from this, but every single day we spend hours doing something for it, at least.
Yeah. And
the amount of hours and just time and thought, and just, like, we're just putting so much into it because it's just something we found we enjoy doing it. It's so much fun. And it's going to be so much more fun when we get to be in the same room.
Exactly. Oh my God, please help.
Please help us. Send help.
Send help. It'll be after the summer because I'm going away, but...
Yeah, it's fine. We've already talked about this, and it will never happen again. It's our last summer going away.
Oh. Once I start my business, it'll be, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So, what was I? I've lost myself already. I'm 3 sips into a glass of wine, and I'm all like, "Ooh."
Talk about after the first day of our podcast.
Oh, almost quit. Almost said, Morgan, find someone else. I want to, but I can't fucking figure out a name. And we can't, like, we're going to call ourselves No Frills? Like, no name? What are we going to call ourselves?
President's choice.
We don't have a name. And I couldn't, every smart one I thought of, someone beat me to it. Every fucking one. I'd say, hey, Morgan, what about this? Love it. We'd look it up. It's something. Of course it is. Right? So that was so hard. And then just deciding what color scheme, what photos we're going to use. We're going to make graphics. We're going to make a few podcasts.
The graphics took a while to come up. If you scroll to the bottom of our Instagram feed, you'll see a fucking
the first one.
Hodgepodge. I'm not sure what that word means, but that's what it is. It's a hodgepodge of different themes.
Just for the first few, because we weren't sure. We were just kind of putting stuff out there, trying to see.
Yeah, we weren't sure, but when we found it, and we stuck with it.
We just stuck with that color scheme because God help us. We needed some direction.
We got it.
Thank you, Canva.
Yes, bless Canva.
But yeah, it's stressful, and I think that's why most people don't ever start anything, and why I never start anything personally is because the amount of work and just push you have to give yourself at the beginning to just start putting into action it's a lot of strength to do that. I'm not saying we're strong. I'm not saying we're so brave or anything for doing it. I'm just saying it's a lot of energy.
No,
we're brave in a way.
but we have to own this. Like,
it's like I'm getting cocky and I'm okay with it.
It might not be brave in other people's books, but for us, like taking that
it was a big deal.
We stepped out of our comfort zones, people. Like I hated my voice, but now I'm like,
I still hate my voice, but it's fine.
You know what?
I'm over it.
I'm out here being like fully authentically me, and I have never felt so good and so light and so powerful in myself. You know what I mean? And I'm glad that I'm doing this now when I'm 25 and finding myself and being able to kind of go through life now knowing exactly what I want and like being able to pursue my passions that I didn't even know were there.
Yeah, that's like me. I found so much stuff in myself lately that I just didn't even know I knew it was there. It was me as a person, but I never took two steps back to think, hey, I just want to be me as a career. I just want to be me as this or that. I was always trying to be myself and then be someone else in a career wise. And I don't understand why I was doing that to myself.
Because that's what they taught us to
Everyone
do.
Was pushing me towards other things.
Nobody's like, hey, what are you passionate about? Oh, hiking? Okay, go do that. Everybody's like, you can't do that as a career. Sorry, you need to go to school for criminal justice and do that.
There's people who don't play hockey and have a hockey podcast or hockey YouTube video and they talk about hockey and they're millionaires.
Yeah.
And their whole life passion is just watching other people play a sport.
Right.
And they talk about it or they make funny videos on it or they do articles on it. It's their passion and they put it into play and they just did it because it was a passion and then it paid off.
Yeah.
The risk and the hard work paid off. And I believe in that.
As long as you're pursuing something that you love and as long as you're being authentically yourself, you will attract the people that you are meant to attract and you will succeed. And success might look different to me and it might look different to Alanah, but you will succeed in some way. I don't need millions of dollars to be successful. I just need
neither do I.
A house in the country, a dog, and a family. That's my success.
Mine is knowing that I'm doing things that are helping to improve other people's lives or thoughts or feelings or helping people fix a problem.
I'm changing mine. I like that too. I'm adding that to mine.
She's like, I'm coming off a little conceited with the house and the dog.
No, but honestly, like when we got that one message from one of our listeners that said our last Evolution of Us episode really touched them and helped them through.
I cried.
I cried. I literally cried because that's all I want to do. Like I have a little sister and I practically have two little sisters because my little sister and her best friend were so close and she lived literally across the street. So I grew up being that mentor, being that leader and helping them through their problems. And
don't put your finger in the toaster, all that stuff.
Yeah. Or when they got in fights, I would be the mediator and help them through that stuff and help them work through it and be able to work through their life. That was
a personal experience. I went through the toaster thing.
My dad yelled at me one day.
Knife.
Yeah. My dad yelled at me because he's like, don't do that. And it scared me. And that scared me more than the shock would have.
I was sticking my knife in the toast trying to get it out. And people were like freaking out at me. I was like, we're good.
Oh my God. But honestly, like that's all I ever wanted to do with my life is to help people. So,
and it's a great thing when you finally accept that things like that are fine. You don't have to be a nurse, a doctor, a this or that or that or that to have a career. There's millions of careers. You just have to figure out what you're passionate about, go for it and try it and try and try it. And know what? I'm going to be honest. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but there's something else that will.
Right.
Just as liberating.
Yeah. And those obstacles, fun. That's what makes you.
Like you said in the last Evolution of Us, you're talking about how the amount of times that you applied for certain positions within your field and you just wasn't the right time. They weren't hiring. They found someone else. This or that kept happening. Right. And I think, like you said, that's a sign you were qualified and you loved it, but at the end of the day, it wasn't your passion and you weren't putting it first. So it wasn't putting you first.
Yeah. Like
sometimes just get the job or whatever, and you're all excited and you think it is, and then you realize as you're doing it that you didn't take 2 seconds to actually think that that's what you wanted.
Exactly.